I'm going to fix that virtual, by the way. So after reading the caption of the broadcast, as usual, read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, hear it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them to join us. Maiyegun today, Maiyegun is live. And if you have done that already, thank you. Okay. So tonight, we are going to wade into an incident that happened in Abuja today. And it involved Wike and a young soldier. For those of you who might need a bit of a context, since Wike became the minister of the FCT in Abuja, he has been carrying himself as, a governor, like executive governor. So in fact, part of his argument is that, the FCT minister is equivalent to any state governor. So being somebody who enjoyed 8 years of executive lawlessness when he was governor in Rivers State, right? So he continued that in Abuja. So when Wike became the minister of Abuja, everything done by his predecessors, right, were almost like cancelled. So for example, Abuja has been existing before Wike even ventured into politics. And successive governments have come and gone. And if you understand the history of land in Abuja, especially from the military era, land in Abuja, after they successfully chased away the real indigenous people of the land by taking almost like 80% of their land as government land. From military time to the civilian era, lands in Abuja had always been like a gift that they share among themselves, that you have to just pay patronage sum of what have you. But they have something that can invalidate that privilege if you fail to pay what they call the land use charges or something. So when Wike came in, the first thing he discovered was that some people have actually stopped paying completely. Rather than the government to now write them and say, pay this up, here you get, or else you're going to be fined. That wasn't the option Wike was giving them in Abuja. Wike discovered that tens of thousands of properties in Abuja and the lands, right, have not been paying their land dues. Not that because they have any wrong document, or not that they're encroaching on the lands, or no. To some, Wike was surprised, how did some of these military officers manage to acquire this massive land in Abuja? So he wanted part of it. For those who have lots of land, whether you are an organization, or they either take it away from you outrightly, or they will take like a 60-70% of the land from you. Yeah. Ordinarily, you would think, oh, probably Wike is just implementing government policy that some others have not done before. Now, if you want to implement government policy when it comes to land, and you are not trying to grab people's land, right? When people who are genuine owners with government documents issued by successive government to them, right? So when the genuine owner presents the genuine document and you realize that you've not been paying your charges to, say, okay, fine. How much charges do I need to pay? If they fail to pay, what government does is either to refer it to debt collectors or fine them. But that's not the plot of Wike. It is purely land grabbing. So he's got all his eyes on some certain areas. And the way he's doing it, right, is this. He will use the media, okay? Initially, right, they will say, these guys they don't have any document, or their documents are fake. Like as if to say it is easier for me and you to just walk to any part of Nigeria today and begin to build on the land. You understand? Like without any form of transaction, connection, or what have you that happened. No. So with Wike, more than 100,000 property owners in Abuja, including lands, 100,000 people or properties like that, right? They were stolen by people. Government was not aware. All those properties is demolishing. All those houses that have been there for 30, 40 years, that is demolishing. He's demolishing them because to him, they stole the land. So he always goes everywhere with the media so that they will be able to, you know what I mean, like capture some of those times when he's like grandstanding, throwing his weight all around. People are hailing him and all of that. The real landowners, the real owners that have taken their lands will be all over the place crying, calling for help. Everybody will just look at them and look away. Then it moves to the next one, to the next one. So in Abuja, there have been soldiers like retired majors and all of them who have been like, Wike has taken their land. He's taking the land of Julius Baja, University of Abuja. Name of who you be. So that's the kind of the braggadocio that Wike is using. All he has to tell you is just to say those people stole the land. They encroached on it. Their documents were fake. They were not fake until Wike became the FCT minister. And sadly, because like I said, he's not doing it alone. As he is stealing the land from them, he is reallocating them to himself, his children, family members, friends, politicians alike, including judges in Abuja. They are all getting this free land reallocation after taking them from this, so that you won't be able to say maybe Wike is stealing land for himself alone. No. He's carrying all of them along. So if you want to cry to any institution, for example, let's go to court. Let's go and call this. You know what I mean? So then you get to court, you realize that the judges themselves have gotten their own share. Apart from him building houses for them, Wike mad go. He will clear out this place, like this entire place now, take all their lands, use the media to gag them, and that will be their end, right? Then Wike will say, oh, we are going to build the judges' quarters on that place. We're going to build this or that there. So you see the rest of the expanse of land, yeah, you won't even have to ask him what he's doing with the rest. So what happened today in Abuja is one of those situations where the homeowners or landowners in Abuja have been told that their documents were fake. And because they are fake to Wike, the only authority that can tell you if your document is original or if it's fake. So to Wike, all of them are fake. They can go anywhere, they can use all their connections. It doesn't give a damn until this morning. So it was said that, as usual, Wike was carrying out his regular demolition again in Abuja to take people's lands. So one major, which I don't know, I think I've got his image. No, I don't. It's afterward, but I may actually like show you, right? So one major who happened to be probably a naval officer as well, okay, decided to go band for band with Wike. So Wike sent his bulldozers to go on and do the job. Government has given the order and all of that, right? However, by the time they got to this location, this land, they met some soldiers, okay? And those one told them that do not touch. Here you get, like, walk away. So that was where the whole encounter, I think, started from. So those ones went away because the soldiers were armed. And they told them that if they move an inch, if you drive that tractor a bit further, we're going to shoot you. And it is Nigeria, share you guys. So sometimes, I mean, we have seen police officers, got beaten up by the Nigerian soldiers. So meanwhile, they were supposed to be of the same government or the same, system, right? So those ones went back to go and call Wike, the minister of yeah, because that's what he does. So he decided that, who are those people? What soldier? In this Abuja, like usual. So he called this convoy in the, the usual intimidating way. Let's go there. Get there, which that person? This, Indeed, when Wike got there with like hundreds of his own policemen, DSS, and God knows what, right? And then praise singers. When Wike got there, as usual, he realized that these guys were not actually like faced. They're not moved. So they're acting typical soldiers, like, you know what? The only order we got was to make sure that nothing happens to this property, nothing happens to this land, and you do nothing here. So if that's going to change in the next minute, it will have to come from the person who posted us here. While some Nigerians are like, kind of like supporting this military officer for standing up in front of Wike when Wike decided to go toe to toe with him, like to his face, calling him a fool. You are a fool. You are a fool. That one was like, no, I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool, sir. So standing up there, usually Nigerians believe that it doesn't matter. Knowing who Wike was, right? And what Nigeria also is as well, right? That soldier, the moment the minister showed up, like minister like Wike, the moment he showed up, the soldiers would just move aside. This one was like, no. Sorry. So the entire encounter, the exchanges, is what went viral this afternoon. Because if there is a politician in Nigeria today, that people are waiting for his complete destruction and disgrace or whatever, Wike is one of them, like genuinely. And he also himself, he knew, he kind of like knows that himself, right? So Wike has one single lifeline, and the best prayer is for that lifeline not to be pulled, and that is a Tifnumbu. If Tifnumbu should first downgrade Wike from that Abuja to something, and after a few months removed him, I don't know what life would be like for Wike outside the current bubble that he lives in. So others are like, no, that soldier might have acted a little bit out of order because Wike is representing the presidiot, the Fnumbu. Since he is a representative of the presidiot, therefore the soldier should see Wike as the representative of his own commander-in-chief. You know Nigerians now. Well, everybody is debating it right now. Now, don't let me keep you waiting for too long in case if you haven't really seen it. Okay, I bet a lot of you have already. There are many parts to it that I'm going to share with you this evening as well. Not just that long one. There are others too. But let's say the first one, the long one, when Wike walked straight to this young man and demanded that, on whose authority are you here to stop my people from taking over this land? And these exchanges happened.
Sir, let me say, I request to like you. So there's no such thing before, but why is
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Show me the document. You have no document.
I have documents.
Bring the document.
I have documents and everything has been
Excuse me. I'm the minister. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to add in this impurity. Where the approval even to be. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. How can that man at his level, even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, I'm sorry, see what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying guns to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if some government was first fast, who spoke to me now? You could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate.
On the contrary,
I'm doing my job.
We are not intimidating anybody.
That's what you're doing.
The civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of SED look at this.
No, listen now.
That is threatening them. And that was when the admiral gave the order.
He cannot give order against government.
Because the papers are complete, and he said it's submitted.
Are you the one? Listen, you don't the police one. Are you the one that will say paper? What will show me that you are first of all? Show me that government gave you this. Show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is not it. We must work according to law. We must work according to law.
We forwarded everything to you.
And
Yes,
so,
sometimes.
so you, no, can you not tell like this? Don't tell like this.
Once you try this,
I tell you,
like I'm
don't
lying.
tell like this. Don't tell like this. Don't tell me this. Keep quiet.
Look at me, I'm lying.
I'm more than you. I'm more than you. Look at you. Don't interrupt me. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I am Emirates. I'm Emirates. Who are you? I'm so fucking one. I'm so fucking one. I'm so fucking one. Who are you?
I am a small boy, but the condition I'm carrying is never very good.
It's not even the interesting part. Okay? That's not the interesting part yet. So the interesting part was that close captured Wike ranting in such a condescending way. Where the Wike was like, that's not what he said. Though. It was like, you not see me here, And that one was like, nah, you are a fool. You are a fool. I said, I'm not a fool, sir. I'm not a fool, sir. At that point, we were expecting with the Wike to slap him. But he was probably holding himself back, like his own security guys, everybody around him, they were trying to speak up until the guy was like, I am talking, you are talking, I'm talking, the policeman is talking. That police see this young guy, right? And the police officer with the Wike, that police officer should be probably in his 50s, kind of like an old guy. And this young man couldn't be more than maybe 26 or 27, max, okay? But he's a naval officer. So right there, when these police officers were trying to kind of speak for the Wike, you know what they would have done normally, right? They would have disarmed them. So you get, I don't know what happened though, because from my own experience in this instance, right? The first thing that will happen before the minister will even come out of his car in this situation like this, right? Or maybe a governor, before he will come out of his car, the security guys will first approach, disarm these officers, ensure that they are not armed anymore. Then this big man minister will now come and address them. Since these officers have been disarmed by their maybe superior or somebody there has got and made shall disarm them. But in this instance, these ones were holding on to their guns. So. And that guy speaking to Wike seems to be their leader. More or less like their senior. That's like, if he tells them that defend yourself and shoot, you go see Wike run before they shoot them. I'm just saying. So the police officers, all this retinue of security guys with Wike, some of them they just became spectators. As Wike was talking, they were saying, yes. But that wasn't the plan. When they called Wike from his office. Now, watch this close shot. The close shot of Wike spitting in the face of this young man, your minister, Wike.
That's your officer. Nobody does that.
We did not carry anybody.
The man took that. We will not allow because he was chief of naval staff. And then for you to carry line.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop that?
You
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your man, good
Sir, I
officer.
will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you keep
up.
quiet?
You can't
Get
shut
me a
me
big
up, sir.
fool.
I'm not a
You are a
fool.
big fool.
I'm not a
You
fool,
think you
sir.
can shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are
fool.
big. Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I
You can't call me a
graduated,
fool.
you were in primary
I'm
school.
acting on orders.
Take for
You
which
can't
order?
call me a fool.
And this, you will see whether you will not live here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go
I'm
and
not a
develop your
fool. I'm an
mind,
officer.
develop
I'm not a fool, sir.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
an
with you.
officer.
I'm so corrupt. You will have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop. Go and develop here, let me see you.
Regular outside, what's going on?
We are going to get out.
I'm not even seeing what I'm recording. Hello, sir.
Director press.
Nuisance Lele.
So that was the way the Wike who told the officer that get out. So the entire entourage brought all made the